So hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing about the tool that is Microsoft Power BI. So we'll be discussing about that why exactly we came across this tool Power BI and why exactly the companies are interested in making the use of this tool to make some important decision and to ultimately expand their business or in order to grow their business. Right. So first of all, let us have a look upon this interface, right? This interface which is representing these multiple charts, so you can see a line chart over here, this pie chart, and these multiple other plots and these visuals which are being represented on the screen, right? So what exactly these plots and what exactly these charts are representing? So we'll be discussing about that. But this interface that you can see on the screen is the interface of Microsoft Power BI. So this interface is representing the dashboard, which is representing all of these multiple plots or these charts, which the data analyst and the business analyst look upon to, so that they can make some important decision and then so that they can ultimately help the company out to expand their business. So we'll be definitely going forward with this visual later in this video, but first of all, let us have a look upon that what exactly is Power BI, right? So Power BI is one of the business intelligence tool which is being provided by Microsoft. So before discussing about Power BI, I think it's important to emphasize on that what exactly are these business intelligence tools, right? So these business intelligence tools are a basic kind of application software you can consider that will be ultimately helping you out to collect a huge amount of data and then to process this large amount of data and to clean this large amount of data so that you can create these charts or these visuals or this graph so that you can represent this data into these charts and plots itself, and then the business analyst and the data analyst can look upon these plots and these charts and then they can make some important decision so that they can help the company out in expanding their business. And this is one of the major reasons why these BI tools are gaining a lot of popularity. So Power BI is one of such BI tool itself, which is being provided by Microsoft. So Power BI will be helping you out in each and every single step. That is, first of all, in the data gathering option. So you'll be able to gather the data from these multiple sources via making the use of this Power BI tool itself. Then you'll be able to perform the assessment on your data, wherein you'll be looking upon the different features that you're going to have in your data set that you have just gathered. And then you can clean the data, you can process the data as well via making the use of Power BI only, and then you can make the use of DAX so that you can come up with some new important calculations, or you can come up with some new important columns or these features, which can again be represented on this onto these charts. So that again, business analyst and data analyst can look upon these charts and these visuals, and they can ultimately make some more important decisions, right? And then you can create the data model as well into Power BI so that you'll be able to join these multiple tables that you're having in your database so that the feature from one of the table will be helping you out to extract the feature or to make the use of features which are present in other tables as well. And then finally, you can create these amazing dashboards, these amazing visuals you will be able to create by making the use of Power BI. And along with that, you will be able to export these dashboard as well so that the stakeholders can have a look upon these charts and these plots and they'll get to know your important findings and your important conclusion, right? So each and every single aspect we'll be covering throughout in this course only, and all of these multiple features are something which are being provided by Power BI. So we are discussing that Power BI is one of the business intelligence tool, right? So Power BI is not exactly the only BI tool we are having, as we are also having some of the other BI tools as well. So why exactly we are focusing upon Power BI only, and why exactly the companies are interested in Power BI only? So the major reason behind it is because of the large data sources which Power BI supports. So if you want to gather your data from data sources like if you are storing your data into these databases like MySQL database, PostgreSQL database, Oracle database, or some of the famous database if you are storing your data into. So Power BI will be helping you out to gather the data from these multiple databases as well. Then if you're storing your data into these multiple files, like if you're storing your data into Excel, CSV, PDF file format, so into each and every single file, from each and every single file format, you'll be again able to gather the data from. And then even if you're storing your data into a data warehouse, again, you'll be able to gather the data from data warehouse as well. And then just because Power BI belongs to Microsoft, so all of the Azure services which are being provided by Microsoft. So with respect to these Azure services, or from these Azure services as well, you will be able to gather the data. And then Power BI also help you out in gathering the data from these websites via providing this automated web scraping option. So now you're not exactly required to make the use of these libraries like Beautiful Soup library and all of the other Python libraries that you used to make the use of while you were gathering the data by just looking upon the HTML page of the websites, right? So this is not something you're required to do right now, as you can directly make the use of Power BI. So that automated web scraping option you can also have by making the use of Power BI itself. So you can see that so many number of data sources option we are having in Power BI, right? And this is one of the major reason why Power BI is coming out as the leading platform as compared to the rest of the BI tools we are having, right? And then the second important reason why Power BI is so special is just because it is a product of Microsoft itself. And one of the most famous product of Microsoft that we know about is Excel, right? So people who are familiar with Microsoft Excel can become familiar with respect to Power BI as well so easily. Just because both are a product of Power BI, so the interface of Excel and Power BI seems to be too much similar to each other. And most of the functionalities that you used to see, like the Power Query editor that you used to see in the case of Excel, that you can have in Power BI as well. And the data model option that you used to see in the case of Excel, again, that option you can have in Power BI as well. And then DAX language, which you were making the use of in Excel, again, that is supported by Power BI. And that is, again, one of the major reason why Power BI is so special, right? Just because of its similarity with respect to Microsoft Excel. And then rich number of visualizations you can have onto your dashboard, as I'm just showing you a kind of glimpse of these visualizations. But over here you can see these multiple plots and these multiple visuals. A map also you can plot over here, so that even if you're having some country names or some latitude or longitude value, so by making the use of these values as well, you'll be able to create these charts, or you'll be able to show the place onto this map by making the use of these visualizations. And if you have the use of some of the upgraded version of Power BI, then you'll be able to come up with some more important visualization as well, which is again supported by Power BI. So again, this is one of the major reason why Power BI is so much preferred, right? And then you can deploy these dashboard as well, and you can export these dashboard as well, so that other people can also see your important findings, right? So these are some of the important or some of the primitive reason why Power BI is so much preferred by the companies. And then as we were discussing about this interface, that this interface is belonging to Power BI. So just let us have a look upon this interface, that what exactly we can come out of this interface, right? So if I'm just clicking over here, and if I'm clicking on one of this option, so you can see on the screen that how exactly the values are getting changed onto these other visuals. And that would simply again explains one of the important feature, or one of the important reason why Power BI is so special. And that is the interactive and interlinked feature of Power BI, wherein you'll be able to interact with respect to each and every single feature which is present over here. And you'll be able, and just because each and every single feature over here is interlinked with respect to each other, so on making the changes into one of the visual, you'll get to see the changes happening onto the other visual as well. And this is again one of the major reasons why Power BI is so preferred, right? So we'll be discussing about these tools, we'll be discussing about these visualizations and each and every single step that we were referring to soon in this course. But in the next video, we'll be first of all discussing that how exactly we can install Power BI, right? How exactly we can install Power BI desktop in our laptop, so that locally in our laptop itself, we'll be able to work with Power BI and we'll be able to make the use of these functionalities. So this was all about Power BI. This was a brief idea that we can provide you with respect to Power BI. So in the next video, we'll be discussing about that how exactly you can install Power BI in your laptop. So that is all about Power BI. So thank you so much guys for your time, and have a great day.